So coming from like a slower dinghy, sailing on a apparent, you know, like we use it a tiny bit, but not like all angles kind of thing. So my mind is a little bit blown. Is that just as practicing, getting used to it kind of thing, and knowing if you're on apparent or true, is it?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, once you're on the foils, you're on apparent. And the faster you're going, the more apparent wind you're going to have. So once you get up and foiling, if you just think about it in a straight line, you get up on the foils, the speed starts to build, the wind goes in front, but you get more wind because you're going faster. So you go faster as a boat. Now you've got more wind. The wind goes a little bit more in front and builds again until you reach the point where you're not going to go any faster because you're too close to that apparent wind. So essentially you've built your own apparent wind up and the maximum wind speed that you can find. And that's why foiling boats can go faster than the actual wind. Downwind, it's exactly the same thing, but essentially you end up with more apparent because you're further away from the true wind. And you feel that as you go down. And it is just getting out there and practicing and practicing and practicing and learning the nuances of your own boat in order to do the manoeuvres and understand as you come out of the manoeuvre, how fast am I going, where's my wind coming from, and feeling it in the sail. As you found today, really difficult to feel that sometimes, ending up oversheeted. So you just understand, okay, that jibe wasn't great, my boat speed is down, so I need to exit higher and higher and higher until I find the power point and the boat starts accelerating again.
So we briefly did the Bearway. Anything more to add to that apart from committing?
No, committing, and I think getting the right setup. The more you learn your boat, the more you understand whether you need to make changes between upwind and downwind. So for me as a lighter sailor in the Moth, I have to make some quite considerable changes in order to go downwind, whether you're sailing in waves or
Which
not.
are?
So for me, the key things, I'd shorten my wand because I'm going to go faster, so I'm going to foil higher. So if I've got everything set up to foil at the optimum height upwind, now I'm going faster, my foils are going to come out of the water.
So that's wand. I don't have an adjustable wand on my Wasp.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? Just fly out the water?
So you will probably have something we call bias adjuster, and what that does is it shortens the rod in your boat rather than the wand length. So effectively, it does the same thing.
Okay.
So you can shorten that rod in the boat, and essentially, it would, if you were doing the same speed, it was lower the boat down, but now you're going faster. It will bring you back up and out of the water. So wand length or bias. And then something else that we have on the Moths that you wouldn't necessarily have on your Wasp, but I would change the gearing, and that's more to do with the wave and the sea state. So because when you're going upwind, you see the waves much faster, you don't need that much gearing. If you've got lots of gearing on, the waves that your wand sees mean your boat will try and ride up and down quite a lot. So you don't need that upwind. But when you go downwind, that's a longer period, but they have a bigger effect, and that's why most crashes you see on foiling boats is going downwind. So we increase our gearing, which gives us much better control going downwind. So it's slightly slower but much safer. So I pull my gearing on when I sail in waves, fully on downwind.
And so gearing, just that gets right, it's basically the sensitivity of your wand, which is the sensitivity of your flap.
Exactly that, yes. So you get more flap movement on your main foil for a smaller amount of wand movement.
Okay, so that is foiling for the intermediate. We'll be back for some expert tips.